Hey everyone! As you may know, when you're breeding in Gen 2, you either have no chance of getting a shiny or a really high chance to get one. In this video I'll show you how to use arbitrary code execution to make full odds eggs possible in gold and silver. But before that, I'd like to give a huge shout out to Prima Initiative. They're the ones who helped me learn how Gen 2AC works and how to write codes. So if you understand French, I highly recommend checking them out. The link to their website is in the description. They're awesome people. The setup for this is actually really easy in English versions. All you need is 2 items and 2 Pokémon. The first and most important thing you need is the concase. We'll use the concase leech to execute the first code. Secondly, you need a Rocky, the Violet City in-game trade Onyx. It has to be level 5 with no EV or EXP, so just trade a level 5 Bellsprout for it. And finally, you need a Quagsire holding the TM02, and that has to return as its first move. You can learn it using TM27. These 2 Pokémon will make you able to make the game read box names as code to execute. The next step is to write the first code in the PC. I'll show it quickly, but you can find it and all the other codes you'll have to execute in description in the right order. I have to say this code isn't mine, I got it from a video of Mop. The links to his video and to his channel are in description. Now go to the Pokemart and make sure Onyx is the third Pokemon of your party and Quagsire is the fourth. Then save. Now that it's done, exit the Pokemart and take 4 steps to the right. Then listen to Bellsprout's cry in the Pokédex. Open your bag, switch between pockets and use the concase to execute the code. If it didn't crash, it probably worked and you now have TM17 in your berry pocket. Don't pay attention to the fact that there are other items there, they were already there before. If it crashed, make sure the box code is right and you did everything correctly. Once you have the wrong pocket TM17 you can save and we'll now get to the next step of this setup, which is writing the actual code that randomizes the eggs. Alright, so the first thing to do is to pet the Onyx first and the Quagsire second to be able to execute the codes with TM17. First thing you'll have to write is the names of box 5 and 6. As usual, everything is in description. Now let's write the first code we'll actually execute. And now to execute it, all you have to do is to go in your bag and use the wrong pocket TM17. You can verify if the code worked by looking at the A's in box 5 and 6 names. If one of them disappeared or got replaced, it means the code worked. From here, everything is the same, but with the next code, so I'll speed up the whole process. And I'll say it again, but all the codes you need are in description, in the right order and with some explanations, so if you want to do this, definitely go check it out. Now that 3 first codes have been executed, box 5 and 6 names should be correct, and all the A's should have disappeared. The last thing you have to do is to complete the final code by changing box 1 to 4 names. Once the box names are all written like this, the setup is actually over and you can save. As everything is now set up for your Gen 2 Full Odds Eggs hunt, all you have to do is execute the code every time you start the game up, before getting your eggs, and they'll be completely randomized, and thus, if you find a shiny, it will be Full Odds. Now I'll show you the code actually works and that it is possible to find shinies using it. So here are the screenshots of two eggs seen in PKX. The egg on the left is a totally normal egg, the egg on the right should be the exact same egg because I only restored the save file and eggs are generated before they are given to you in Gen 2. However, you can see this egg is completely different compared to the original one because I activated the randomizing code before getting it. Another proof that the egg is randomized and that it isn't just a different egg that was still generated using the parent's DV is that the defense DV is always passed down from the opposite gender parent, and as I didn't touch the Pokemon in the daycare, I only restored the save file. If the second egg was generated normally, it would have the same defense DV as the first one, which isn't the case, so the code works. And here's the proof that it is actually possible to find shinies using this code. All I did was using the emulator's debugger to manually stop the code on a specific frame that could happen naturally to simulate getting the egg on this exact frame. Finally, I'll quickly show you how this code works. It is pretty simple. As I said earlier, the egg is generated before you pick it up in Gen 2. What matters for Pokemon to be shiny is its DVs, and the DVs of the egg the daycare man has are stored at the addresses DCDB and DCDC. You can see here the values at these addresses are currently B4 and D0, and this corresponds to the DVs of the first egg in the comparison pic I showed you earlier. To get full odds eggs, we need to inject a completely random value at these two addresses, and there are actually two other addresses in the game that are used to store random values that are generated every frame. These addresses are FFE3 and FFE4. You can see them changing when I keep the game running. All the code does is get the values of these addresses and inject them in the ones corresponding to the Daycare Eggs DVs that we saw earlier. Let's use TM17 to execute the code and see what happens. As you can see, the DVs of the egg get randomized every frame, meaning every egg you'll pick will be completely random, just as a wild Pokemon would be, and that's how you can hunt full odds eggs in Gen 2. And that's it for this video, I hope you enjoyed. If you have any question, don't hesitate to ask in the comments. I know this tutorial probably won't be useful to a lot of people due to how slow Gen 2 egg hunting is, but I thought it would be nice to at least have a way to do it if someday someone's crazy enough to actually try. Also, don't forget to check the description for the codes and the links I referred to make this video. Good luck on everyone's hunts, and I'll see you all in the next video.